It's the only fan-owned franchise here in the NFL. And tens of thousands of those fans have their cheeseheads on and have filled the stands of historic Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Oh, I was going to say, what the heck?
Here's Brandon McManus to get this one going. And away we go from Wisconsin. Here's Smith on the return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. The play fake, it's Stafford.
Oh boy.
A seam down the middle.
I could have passed it to what's the name?
Have it down to the 44-yard line.
Whoever the B was.
That one hits for 30. And it brings up an LA first down.
Now right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. He throws a bullet to the center, and there's a man. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers get the football on the first turnover of the contest.
Try to go over his head.
What an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. This game of adjustments and the game of back and forth. Who's going to respond next?
Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. And he's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
Let me get you.
On second down, Jacobs.
Oh, come on. I was trying to get to
And he's got a decent
Christian
gain before
Roseman.
being brought down. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to leave him with 3rd and 3.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move
Stay
the
in the
sticks.
middle. Let's see. Omar Spates. Where are you going? Where are you going? Let me go out there.
3rd and short.
Yep. You trying to pass it to Jacobs? Ain't happening.
And they drop him.
Oh, that's fine.
Offense in the hurry up here. Love throwing on 4th. He's going deep.
I guess he did. That makes. Oh, I'm tripping. Yeah.
Surprising 4th down call does not yield at first. It doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs.
Appreciate you keeping us here because I didn't actually want that interception.
Because I think the reasoning was pretty clear. They were going to go for it. There was not going to be a punch in the touch field. Not an advisable mindset now as they turn it over in their end of the field.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Dang.
And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
All right.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket can get even more
Get this
aggressive.
first down. I'm like, hello?
And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They pick the handoff now. Stafford.
Easy.
He's got it. Touchdown, Los Angeles. So our first score of the game here as they cap off that drive with a touchdown.
It's really what you're looking for, Kate, offensively. You want to force the other guys into thinking they need to play a little catch-up right away.
All right, first
so nice job to
PAT
get that
should
first
be
score
free,
and take
I believe.
early control of this game.
On comes Joshua Carty to try the extra point. And the extra point is up,
Okay,
and it
that
is
one was
good.
not free.
And the Rams will jump out to a
I don't know how to
7-0
PAT
lead.
works. Oh my, last time I did it was free. I'm gonna have some shish.
The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Let's try Tampa 2.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Oh, he gonna run that.
Jacobs
Yeah.
gets his second drive. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Offense up to the line fast. Play fake, it's Love.
Get in there.
Has it
Ain't no
back.
way.
Here's
Oh
Josh Jacobs.
my gosh.
Racing down the
Yeah, I
left
knew
side.
that happened.
It's a Green Bay touchdown.
Appreciate you subbing, ETG.
The Packers cut it to a load
Bye-bye.
points on the scoreboard. It's a Josh Jacobs touchdown. So the back does the work that time, Brock, taking it in for the touchdown.
Yeah, a running back in space can be an awfully dangerous weapon on a football field. Whether that's a
Just in
design route to him, a
case.
check down, you see what can happen, what kind of damage the elite running backs in this league can do.
McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Packers tie this game 7-7. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to historic Lambeau Field after this. On now is McManus to kick this away. Here's Smith on the return.
Dang. I thought I was gonna see a gap in there.
He stopped on the return at the 27.
Alright, let's see. Let's do that again.
Offense ready to begin this drive.
Okay,
1st and 10.
What am I trying to do? Oops. Alright, X and B.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. He puts some power on a deep one left.
No, I gotta hold wide. I keep
Incomplete.
pressing
Really
the
aired it
wrong
out there on
button.
1st down, but just couldn't make the connection.
Alright.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit
Let's see
the
if this
big
one
play.
works.
Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he could take the lid off the defense at any time.
Back to the air we go on 2nd. Stafford.
No. Why?
Pocket isn't holding
Okay.
up. They're able to drop it.
Trying
Pushes
something
them
different.
back. 3rd down.
That
Coming
didn't
up.
work out.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just
Yeah,
kept
corner
coming and
pass
bearing down.
usually is
And he was
not
looking for an
good
escape that wasn't
anymore.
there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
So not an enviable spot here as they
Alright,
come up on
let's
3rd and very long.
So Y, X and Y.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He puts some juice on a deep
There you
throw.
go.
Big gain downfield. Into the red zone. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Let's hope I score this,
So the Rams
because if
keep the offense out there, they're deciding to
they
try
actually
for two.
get at
He's throwing for it.
okay, cool, that works.
And he's across the goal line and in. That makes it an 8-point lead. Well, it may be stating the obvious, partner. I do that sometimes often, but tight ends, such a mismatch this close in. And no surprise, they win his way for that 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's one of those guys' security blanket. Whether he's designed read or not, this quarterback knows that tight end's a great outlet. Why? Because often they're bigger and they're stronger. Even if they're double teamed, there's still that chance to get that entry pass, like a great post in basketball. You know how to finish.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30.
Okay. I want something where everybody's up close.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Oh my gosh.
Handoff here to Jacobs. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. It was the rookie from LSU that time on the tackle.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
They stick with Jacobs.
Yeah,
And again, he can't manage anything. Defense all over him at the line. They've got a man in motion. Throwing his love on 3rd.
oh my gosh, why didn't they give me
And
that?
he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
I don't think you're running this time.
Love out of the shotgun. That finds Jacobs, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Love from the gun. Finds his back, complete. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular. When the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
I chose the wrong person, you people. Oh, that's the, actually, nah. That makes sense.
Love to throw again.
I knew it.
Cut by Jacobs.
I should have known when I was
He's gonna
coming.
get an outcast
I mean, I
ball
should have
before
did
it
something
goes out.
to prevent that.
Give him 9 on
Like, I
that
could
play,
have
and
did it,
it's
but I
enough
was
for
too
the
busy
1st.
trying to figure out, like,
This dude just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate.
you should
Hand it
be
to him,
positioned.
and he
You
sniffed
should,
out that
when I
1st down.
bring
Get
up
it to
the
him on the
replay,
screen, and
it'll
it's
say,
no
like,
different. He
linebackers.
surges ahead and keeps
Oh,
this drive
there it
moving.
is. Oh my gosh. All right.
Thrown on 1st down, Love.
Oh, you lucky.
And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground. Looking for the back that time. So it's 2nd down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage. That really did help force the incompletion.
Oh, shoot. Now we gotta get used to these. Yeah.
And no look there, and that throw falls to the ground. Looking for his wide receiver there.
Yeah, he uses these controls to do it fast.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
No, oh, you know, that's fine, actually.
Turning to Jacobs on third.
No, why? Oh my
He takes a
gosh.
shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has
The way he
enough for that
switches
first down.
people is so annoying, bro. Do it
Takes the
again.
handoff, now Love.
Oh, yeah, you better.
And a man is there to knock that away. That one vehemently swatted away. And it sets up second down.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys are going to have a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
Yeah, unfortunately for you, he's sending blitz.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You'll hear defensive coaches all the time really ask their players to pull the trigger. Read, react, diagnose, and when you see it, go fire away. And that's exactly what the defense does to take away that screen.
Here he is on third and long. It's his running back.
Are you gonna get it?
And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
Fourth down, here's Love.
That's crazy.
And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession.
Oh, that sure
So the
is.
defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
So him kicking the ball.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
He doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the
Take that
NFL.
W. Nothing hit today, huh? Rat. Ain't no way. How do you not? How is that not considered a single? What the heck?
It was only opened in 2020, but quickly became one of the league's most recognizable venues. You're looking at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California.
Singles crazy.
Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick.
That
And here we
is-
go from LA. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to first action of this game.
Alright.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Let me make sure. Okay.
Throwing off the play fake here.
No. How do you not? Oh my
And a
gosh.
big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
How do you not max
That's the way.
protect?
That's exactly the way you show a crowd you've got no issues playing on the road. One snap in, you're celebrating a sack. While the tens of thousands in the building, well, they watch their guy pick himself up off the turf.
Another try following the sack. Finds his back, Kyron Williams.
Oh my
Gets it ahead,
gosh.
winds up with about 3. It was
My
Osa
peoples
Odigizua
get
in on the
open.
tackle.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
3rd and long now for Stafford.
Oh my gosh, Cooper cut. He didn't cut sooner, which sucks. Oh my
and he takes this one back for the pick 6. Just tried a little bit too hard to get that 3rd down conversion. Brock wanted so badly to keep that opening series going, and that one cost him.
Yeah, I think it's less, Kate, in this case about the throw and much more about crediting the defense who was ready and willing to be opportunistic, not just knock that ball away.
Yeah.
They wanted to take advantage of that opportunity, and they jumped on it.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. First carry now for Kyron Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, the larger be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8.
Oh my gosh.
Another first down mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Eric Kendricks.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
First play throwing for Prescott.
Of course.
Caught by his fullback behind the line.
Oh my gosh.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball into your hands, number 1. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Hands it to the receiver here in
Why
motion.
didn't you
Oh, look at this
what the
sweep.
heck?
And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Receivers running the ball, well, that's become commonplace in the NFL now, and that includes down here in the red zone. In close, a lot less space to work with. You really love your most elusive players to get their hands on the ball.
And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep.
Why did your
And he is into the end zone for a Dallas touchdown. The Cowboys take a 13-0 lead. Aubrey good on the point after. And the Cowboys drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drop play, this is Williams. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a 1st down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
Off the play fake, it's Stafford.
Of course. Yes, I will go passes.
Picked out by Andrew Booth. And the Cowboys get it back after making their 3rd interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off.
I don't know. These controls. Maybe it's just me.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona.
I'm getting the ball.
Matt Prater, been around a long time, will get us started here. And off we go from Glendale. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
You know what? I need to go save that one play. Dang, what was it? It's not gonna show up, man. Unfortunate.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 4th down and 10. Play action now for Stafford.
I really wish I probably could have.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Off play action. It's Stafford. Taking a deep shot here with Robinson. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line. They'll run. It's Williams. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
Yes.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Second down, it's Stafford.
Get in there.
Set up to Williams. A dive, and he's in. Kyron Williams. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems like the hour spent on that opening game script was time
Oh, my
well
gosh.
spent.
That was
to
horrible.
take the ball right down the field that quickly, right out of the gates, it's a pretty
How
good
did I
opening
mess
drive
up?
in an early 6 points.
So the lead stands at 6-0 as this one is kicked off. To return is Greg Dortch. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. First carry for James Conner. And this play's going nowhere. Taken down behind the line. A great way for this defense to get on the field and get started.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Working out of the gun, Murray. He'll get that to Wilson. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. They'll run for it, and it's Connor.
I thought he was going to try to do that same pass play.
Cardinals first down. They picked it up rather easily. A gain of 9 on 4th and 2.
Little test of wills up
My
front, huh, Mike?
adjustments
I mean,
and
who wanted
work
this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it.
He gets that to his
Come on, stay with this people.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here's 1st and 10. He'll run out of the gun, and this is Connor. And he'll get this to the 43-yard line. He's brought down by Kobe Turner. We are through 1. 6-0 is our score. Greg and I back here in Glendale after this. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Murray.
Oh my gosh, of course.
Caught by Greg Dort. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. On the zone read, given to Connor. And he takes a really good lick in the backfield. They were all over him defensively for that run.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into
Just
your
in case.
They'll go right back to Connor. And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Murray.
Oh, come on. What is that? Verticals? You hate to see it.
Arizona.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns, and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better.
Hey, I think he went to the trade Brady.
Anytime you fail on a 2-point try, there's always going to be second guessing about whether that was the right play call. In this case, they decided to throw the ball, which I like. They just need better execution, and they end up coming up a little short.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
I pressed the wrong button. What the heck did I press?
They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Let me try this out.
From the gun, here's Stafford. That's caught downfield by Robinson.
That's good.
And he'll be taken down at the 30.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
How you doing, CJ? Plume flu.
They'll fake the handoff now. Stafford.
No. Okay, good.
And he just
I was trying to throw it out.
that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. Maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
On the play fake, here's Stafford.
Yeah, we'll take
He's
it.
got it at the 7, and he'll be out of bounds at the 5. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big
I didn't even do that.
outcome of the
I
game.
didn't even do
To the
that
end
at
zone,
all.
it's
Why
intercepted.
did I do that? Oh my gosh.
So you find yourself entering the red zone. It's hard to not start envisioning scoring a touchdown. Well, that interception, it changes everything. This is a huge missed opportunity. You have to capitalize and find a way to hang 6 on the defense.
I shouldn't have never looked at them coach suggestions. I should have just chose a run play.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And he's out of bounds.
Appreciate
Very
it.
close to the 40-yard line. An
Plume.
even 20 yards. Impressive start to this drive.
This is a tale as old as time, Mike. It seems that any time a team forces a takeaway, fumble, or interception, the ensuing drive starts.
Thank you. I knew you would do that same way. Give me that.
Picked off by
Give me
Quentin
that.
Lake.
I should have did a
And
juke
he's going to
probably.
give a short
Spin
field
take
to
too
his
long.
offense here as they try to break the tie.
Really nice play here by the strong safety, and what's unique about this player is the position that he's playing makes him have to play deep coverage like we saw here, but also at times be able to get down in the box and be an extra linebacker. That versatility is something we're seeing a lot out of safeties in today's NFL, and you can see a big reason why.
No. Okay. that one should have been like a floater.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to
Where we at?
capitalize on
Okay, a
this
minute.
drive right here
Oh,
and
right.
make sure they
Never
end
mind.
the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock, catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Thank you.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Now a deep ball.
Oh my gosh, what do you mean? That's supposed to be a bullet. Oh my gosh, man.
And the Cardinals are going to get this back at their own 34-yard line.
Like, how is he still getting
So
in
much
the
of that
picture?
play comes down to the defender's position.
I don't understand
being able
the
to get
passing
himself
in
to a
this
spot,
game,
to
bro.
get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown, and instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
It's so trash, bro.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
I swear, passing in this game used to not be so complicated.
Now Murray.
I hate it.
They'll try to work
Did
the
not pick
screen.
that up sooner.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
That's caught by McBride. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you
That's
need
crazy to me. That
somebody in the
doesn't cover
huddle
that?
to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and
Where
then
he at
really
now?
it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And That's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to die.
Oh my gosh, bro. This is why I don't try to truck stick every time.
That was a good one there.
Now a timeout charge to
Yeah,
Arizona.
stuff
That
like
is
that
their second.
happen.
As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number one. Murray's going to throw again. A short one here, caught by McBride. Second time they've hooked up on this drive. This one good for 12 and a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
That one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
Man, I'm trying.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down?
Cards going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Throwing again is Murray.
Why wouldn't you? That's crazy. I'm pressing.
Touchdown, Cardinals. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were the guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
This is fielded inside the 5.
Oh, no, Jude.
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. First and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He's going to look downfield once again.
I should have pressed. I gotta forget press Y. I need to press Y.
What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. But really where you can attack it is they don't have enough guys to defend all of the underneath zones. And if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart.
A play fake. Now Stafford to throw. He's going to look deep. Going to...
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense. You're defending your own goal line. You got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
On first down, Murray. He runs with it. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
Welcome back. Oh my God! Why did he go?
And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is where you have to be careful, Mike. You find yourself winning in the second half. Human instinct says, all right, let's just sit on the ball and protect the lead and let the clock run out. You can't do that. Stay aggressive. Do what got you here. Continue to mix the run with the pass. Keep your foot on the gas and try to extend this lead.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor, working his way for a short pickup to the 48. Here's a 2nd and 9. They'll go again here.
Oh my! I'm pressing
He'll
X.
get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly, and here comes 3rd down. From the gun, it's Murray. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Murray.
I can't believe they wouldn't give me.
It's just a big-time play by this quarterback on 4th down. You can see he starts first look cover. Then he goes through his progression. There's nowhere to go with the ball. He can't throw it away, can't take a sack. He quickly decides to turn into a runner, use his legs to pick up the 1st down, and they're still alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Our run inside. Here's Connor. And a strong 1st down run. A pickup of 9. Setting up 2nd and short.
Get that play.
And he's got it. First
Ain't
down.
even is it.
A pickup of 4. Running here is Connor.
Oh my gosh. That says ideal timing, but yet that man did not get hit.
With a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets
drop that.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far. Well, this is why the head coach makes the big bucks, Mike, to make decisions like that. I think at this point in the 3rd quarter, you have a chance to really make a statement by coming away with 6. I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going for it on here on 4th down. I'm being aggressive.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. Here's Murray to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds.
All right, we chalk this up for a loss.
The final play of the 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
what these words mean.
Down at the 12. It's
Like
first and 10.
bear? Never heard of that.
Oh, maybe a free play as he'll look to throw it. So, a lot of options on the table now. It's first and 5. They'll run with Connor. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Get to Roseboom. I'm trying to get to Roseboom. Oh my gosh, how do you just go through him?
That might be the knockout punch. James Conner.
Thank you for this
Touchdown, Arizona. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
So now, Prater, after the touchdown, is out to kick it away. Here's Smith to return it. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. Play action now for Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead.
I think I just pressed picked the same play.
You remain aggressive.
I kind of was like, I'm going to
just keep
change
the ball
it.
from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you. That's what every defensive coordinator.
I keep forgetting that.
They
I
can't
need to
get
press
too soft
Y.
here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. And it'll be second down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. That is caught downfield by Kupp. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That is hauled in at the 5. And he's going to be brought down.
Oh, a 2-minute warning? I totally forgot about that.
Now, first and goal. Williams. And he'll plunge forward to the 2. Setting up second and goal. Come a little closer. Here's second and goal. One more time for Williams. Trying to push the pile forward. He didn't even get to the 1-yard line. They stop him short. No gain.
I typically like to see the play-action pass on the early downs, Mike. Now they find themselves on third down. The defense is more prepared for the pass. They get stopped twice with the run. Do they go back to it a third time and take their chances?
It's the quarterback with a sneak. And he's so close to breaking the plane, but the official's going to come in and mark him short. So now it's fourth down.
How about this for a goal line stand, Mike? Your back's against the wall, back-to-back plays, you hold tight. They set themselves...
And this is going to be a touchdown. Hold everything. They are not done yet.
You scored down on punt return.
Well, that was step one. The offense did their job, get this thing back within one possession, so they're still alive. But now they've got to find a way to get a little bit of luck and find a way to get the ball back. And
what the heck,
it's not going to be easy.
Bruh.
The extra point from Carty is good. And the Rams have cut the deficit to 5. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. We'll start this drive on the ground, and it's Connor. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Now the Rams going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. Going to work Connor in the middle here. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold them to 2 and bring up third down. We'll try and run for this with
No.
A gain of 11 on that one. It's good for a Cardinals first down. Now Connor. And they'll take this down inside the 35. So it's a win for the Cardinals. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win here in the desert for the Cardinals as we say, so long from Glendale.
This game come on.
If you're a freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood.
All right, let's see.
Here is the Spring League star, Jake Bates, set to get this one going.
Perfect. No time
and off we go
waste.
from SoFi.
Start
And
the 30.
no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Play action, Stafford. He's going to air one out right away.
Dang it.
That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage, very strong defensively. It's second down.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up.
Dang it. Why did I do that? No angle.
That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Throw it on third down, Stafford.
Nope.
On the left, by McCool. And
yeah. Our middle linebacker set.
the first down.
I have a rookie who's like better than the others.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback. Getting into the hands of
I did that wrong. I did it wrong. I knew it. I should have pressed X.
And the Lions are going to take
the passing.
Here at their own 47-yard line.
He would be
So
open.
anytime a team
like,
suffers an
bro.
early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike, they've got to identify what went wrong, let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
The ability to generate explosive plays is the greatest correlation with the ability to score points. So every defense nowadays is trying to say, cannot let them throw the ball over our head. What does that do? Gets you a little bit more depth in your drops. Makes it a little bit easier for some of these check down pickups.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And he'll drive this one forward down to the 36. Jared Verse there to make the tackle.
That's good.
Throwing on second down. Goff. Open man, it's Jameson Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. Give him 27, and it's first and goal.
I switched my play.
Now, this
not
is the
possibly
epitome
would have
of
been
a really
better.
short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate it.
And he'll take it on in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Lions. Now Jake Bates on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Yeah, I'm like, where's my other play?
down former Notre Damer Kyron Williams.
Oh my gosh.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Zadarius Smith, the linebacker, in on the
This hell getting pushed back. It's trash. After you get in the yards.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the gun, here's Stafford. That'll be taken in. It's DeMarcus Robinson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Yeah.
1 quarter in the books. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we're back at SoFi in SoCal after this. Second down, it's Stafford. Here's a screen set up Williams.
I should have just spun. This man ran way over there. Like, what is he doing, baby?
Third and a yard. They'll try to run for it with Williams.
I went too much of an angle.
Call it a gain of 13. First down, L.A.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unpack the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it will wind up being a first down. On the play fake, here's Stafford.
No, I tried to. I tried to throw it.
And down he goes. A sack.
Bruh. My gosh. Pressing right stick in to throw is trash to me sometimes. No, I didn't do that.
Work to do now as they
Let's
come up
see.
on
I just
2nd
thought about
and long.
this.
2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Stafford now on 2nd down.
No, come on, Kyron,
Go
bro.
down again. They've sacked him for a 2nd consecutive time.
Ain't no way you can. Ain't no way you didn't protect me for that long.
The Lions called their first timeout. They'll talk things over before 3rd down.
Yeah, I just did slants right there, and freaking Kyron didn't give me all the time in the world. That's crazy.
From the shotgun, it's Stafford.
That's that was a bullet pass.
Incomplete.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given. But it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw them on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
On 4th down, Stafford.
No!
And that is not going to work. Incomplete, and they turn it over on down.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and set up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection.
Oh, that's way
and
too
maybe
deep.
bigger than all of them,
Oops.
you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he's going to take this past the 45, and that's good enough for a 1st down. Now Detroit's going to use their 2nd timeout.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a 1st down.
That'll be intercepted.
Oh, somebody blocked. The man is right there.
Take over here up near the 40.
So not a lot of yards on the return, Mike, but that's okay. The number 1 thing, end up with the ball in your hands. And in this case, mission accomplished, and his guys are headed off the field to celebrate.
From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford.
I'm tripping. Oh my gosh. Thank
He'll
you,
be
Lord.
hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game
Wait,
out?
did I just? Okay, I feel like I audibled
Now
on
a
accident.
2nd down throw for Stafford.
Yeah, I'm
Deep
tripping.
shot
Yeah.
here with Robinson.
Oh my gosh. I'm kind of over it. But let me see if I get the ball back. I
Mike, these are
swear,
the
I think
throws you're not
it
accustomed
changed
to
my
seeing,
play. but I
especially
don't
from a
know,
quarterback
man.
that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
Goff to throw on 1st down. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. A huge play just before the half. It's a gain of 34. Now a chance to pay off that big play. They have it 1st and goal.
Oh my gosh.
Out of the shotgun, it's Goff.
I was trying to switch the roles, dude.
To the goal line and in. Sam Laporta. Touchdown, Detroit. His 2nd catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out on top, 14-0. Still a little time. Final minute of this 1st half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Stafford.
Of course he didn't get him.
In trouble. Down he goes. To throw is Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds. Triple zeros up there on the clock. We have reached the end of the first half. Coach, thank you. Back here on EA Sports as we count down to the kickoff of the second half. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. That's a short one caught by Laporta. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Once again, it's Gibbs.
Oh my gosh.
He'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough.
I tried to think he just falls out.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. 1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. We'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Patrick motioning here. On 2nd down, Goff. Coming across, he's got it in the hands of Williams. It's a pickup of 13 yards. 1st down, Detroit.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
On 1st down, it's Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Catch is made by Wright. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
And the Lions are going to have 1st and goal coming up. They're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They've got it at the 8, 1st down and goal. Now Goff. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And At this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
So the ball's still at the 8-yard line for second down and goal. They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Big play coming up, 3rd and goal. From the gun,
I knew
it's
it.
top. And he's got another
I
one.
should have just stayed right
Sam
there.
Laporta, touchdown Lions. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And he pulled this wide to the right. It's no good. That is a tough miss. So close, but no extra point. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Boy, some bulk in the formation on that right side here for 1st and 10. Stafford.
Oh my gosh.
Hit as he throws
My
there.
line is
It's
not
gonna wind up
protecting
incomplete. The
at
pressure
all.
got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have
to before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
All right. You got it, bro. Play this one more time. Welcome back.
From the home of the Bills since way back in 1973, there's a look at Highmark Stadium just outside of Buffalo, New York. And we are underway in Buffalo. Pushing his way through. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. First play from scrimmage, Stafford. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Okay.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defenders' minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
You're not near level 32, is what you're saying?
And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, 62 yards. And the Rams have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive. He burned.
I don't understand the kicking. Sometimes they
and they will not get a chance to
switch it
return
up,
this
make
one.
you
It's through the
move.
back of the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play with one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Taken in by his big tight end.
Of course, something's short right there.
First down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And already down 7-0 after the touchdown a minute ago, so a 3-and-out here would not be ideal for them. Nice job finding his receiver there, and they get the 1st down.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, you can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right
there. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen.
Oh, my gosh.
He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Amari Cooper, 26 yards. And the Bills are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Well, Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
It's not even going to turn this.
And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. To repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Hold that.
I give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now a play fake it at Stafford. The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3 and out.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it to Stafford. That is caught, and they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. So not only do they convert on 4th, but they pick up 22 yards in the process. Stafford looks to throw again. Screen play set up for Williams. Now he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a line,
Come on.
drop it out in his own blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
2nd and 10. To throw is Stafford. That's Gregory Rousseau getting in there to bring it down. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
At first, I thought I pressed the wrong button. You know, I was like, please, no,
at the Bills'
don't let me
25-yard line.
give this up.
Stafford now to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. He's tackled a yard short of the marker.
That's
Good gain
crazy.
of 9 on 1st down.
And good yardage there on first down, because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. Or it could have gone for more.
Oh my gosh.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. First run now for Kyron Williams. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here, not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
All right.
Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nacua. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams have retaken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Come on, hike that thing.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it.
That sucks.
I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams...
I didn't want to do that after I realized what he was doing.
I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you to try and score when given an opportunity.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
You got Cook, 47 to 3. It happens. Oh, you just cooked this guy.
That's 22 more yards there and another 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing now is Allen. Rolling to his right.
Of course.
The right side here caught by Kincaid. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 first downs. They're taking it to him, and it's paying off.
Steps away.
I messed up. It don't even matter. Dang, person.
Josh Allen, a 10-yard touchdown.
Mobile quarterback, stop.
And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the 1st half. Allen will try to throw for it.
Yeah, you better do that.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll...
I'm back.
To the 25. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively...
Yeah.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. This time they stay on the ground. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
It shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of down.
Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points.
Of course, I had the strength.
It's won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Returning from his end zone is Ty Johnson. Escapes the defender. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. To throw, it's Allen. Got it complete to Khalil Shakir. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Allen taking it himself. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the
Yes,
first.
sir, CJ.
Were you surprised a little bit? 2nd and 1, they went quarterback sneak. I know it works, so it's not like I'm second guessing at all, but I thought they might go with something else there.
No, I'm sitting here trying to think the last time I saw a 2nd 1 sneak. I can't remember any.
Yeah, it's a rare call because normally you're going to go ahead and use your back if you're going to run it or if you want to throw it, a little quick pop there. But in this case, just get in behind those big guys and pick up a
Finally, yes,
The Rams got it. They bring him down. Byron Young, the one who got in and finished that play off.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Allen buying time to his left.
Please tell me that's for me.
Taken in by Kincaid. Big strides, look at him go. And he'll be taken down at the 26.
Illegal contact. I knew they were going to do that to
So
me.
they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
I didn't even want to press that.
Allen. A short
Yeah, you
by
should want
Kincaid.
me after this.
Down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Davis will take this over the line. Touchdown, Buffalo. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
They'll try and throw for it, and he's got it. So they try for 2, successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. So they try to make it a 2-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well.
I would play you Anthony in this situation.
They've got to feel much better about where they are.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will wind up way short of the landing zone, so that's going to move the ball all the way up to the 40-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll look to throw.
Oh, man.
And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Gregory Rousseau picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. The best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them. What moves
I'm
they
just
need
going
to
to
do
play
to set them
Anthony
up.
since he didn't
This
ask
guy's been
earlier.
pretty good at it all game long.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24.
Oh, wow.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Running it with their receiver, Cooper. Oh, a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15.
That's what they do.
Spotted at the 13-yard line. Nice run. 15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now a give running right, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him
I can't even make it come back.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. So they're going for it, and here's Allen dancing to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown.
All right. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Where you at, Anthony?
This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. And we are underway from SoFi Stadium. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Oops. There it is.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. He had a quick little spin move, but the door shut fast as he's dropped. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game, but I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Going to be taken in here by Nakua. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nakua, 65 yards. And the Rams need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Tomorrow, flu.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Allen. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play.
Got no
they're going to be
windows.
staring at a 3rd and long here.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
And that will be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And whistle blown, a timeout here is taken, and it's taken by the kicking team. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So now on 4th down, Sam Martin on. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A first carry now. This is Williams. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. And brought down there by Taylor Rapp.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now 2nd and 5.
Yeah, you definitely rusty.
Now it's Stafford. That is caught at the 7-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Oh, no. No? Okay, I gotta call a timeout.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Do I not have it? I do. I guess not. Let's see.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it.
Dang, just,
and as we say often, shows confidence in
just
your
open
offensive
that up.
line.
Why don't you?
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
What's the audible for this? Oh yeah, so you can do like that.
Stafford.
Oh, you're lucky.
Hit as he throws there, incomplete. I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but maybe circle this play, because if they get the stop and hold them to a field goal here, that's a pretty good job. They're already down on the scoreboard.
A stop now would be vital for them because it could save them from having to do it multiple times later in the game in order to either get back into it or maybe have a chance to win.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
Oh, okay.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 4th down coming up. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here.
All right.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Here comes a reverse.
Oh, yeah, you always do that.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint. Down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Here's Allen to throw it. And this throw incomplete.
Not you throwing the ball.
All over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field.
Oh, I thought you tried to pitch that ball. I was like, this man's crazy.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Coleman, the man in motion right. Now Allen. it's incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away. And look at this, another fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out, and the Rams get the football in outstanding field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Stafford. That'll be caught. It's caught. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Here's Stafford. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Puka Nacua with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Rams are able to stretch out their lead in the 2nd quarter, and already his 2nd touchdown reception.
Absolutely the definition of a difference maker here in this first half. Clearly one of his quarterback's favorite targets in this game, and I figure he's going to draw a little more attention and coverage moving forward.
Oh. Okay.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes our score 17-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, miscommunication on the lateral. The ball's out. So a teammate picking him up there. That was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Here's Allen.
No.
Throw left side to Kincaid.
Get that with us.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the first down.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Bruh, what the heck? There we go.
From midfield, here's Allen. Flushed out right.
Oh my gosh, Chris.
And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
And again, it's Allen. He'll dump this off to Cook. So he stopped for no gain, and that's going to bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
Bruh.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. That's caught. It's Coleman. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now Allen. Touchdown! Curtis Samuel in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bills are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt. And it's 17-7. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. To throw is Stafford. He's going to fire one deep middle of the field. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Nice.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll try the middle with Cook. To about the 48-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
From the gun, it's Allen. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
That's good.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You have to have any designs of getting back into this football game in the second half. They're going to need to be much sharper offensively than they were on this opening possession. Not much happening here, and it'll lead to a fourth down.
Here's Sam Martin now. And they're going to try this again. It's another fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work.
Last time he was able to guard that, and then all of a sudden he don't know how to
conversion
guard
plays,
that.
you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
Need 2 for 3.
Back to the ground, Cook. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They run it again with Cook. And shooting through the tackle. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Allen gonna throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Throwing now is Allen. Setting up the screen for Cook.
I didn't give me that person.
Down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I should have just switched.
Cook.
Oh, I didn't tackle.
Touchdown, Buffalo.
We're getting set up for what should be a great fourth quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the third quarter.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30 line. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
Because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change. Because otherwise, that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here. I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Off the draw. Here's Williams. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Los Angeles. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I want to do that one.
Here's 3rd and 7. Now Stafford. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson.
That's
midfield and inside the 45. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 44-yard line.
Screenplay set up for Williams.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Williams.
He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4 on 2nd down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Play action. Stafford. Man open is Robinson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. DeMarcus Robinson, 27 yards.
And the Rams get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
A big play coming now for the Rams as they'll go for 2. Stafford's going to try and throw for it.
Oh, wow.
And they don't get it.
I didn't even bother
They
trying to
tried
hold
for the
into it.
2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Yeah, I thought you were going to
Here's
fumble.
1st and 10.
To the air, Allen. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Well, that puts a little bit of a wrinkle in their comeback bid.
Yeah, everything had turned around for them, hadn't it? I mean, things were now going their way. But you didn't mention it's a wrinkle in their comeback bid. It's not the death knell for them by any stretch, but now they've got some extra work to do in order to climb all the way back.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now it's Stafford.
Pass complete there to Nakua.
They'll give him 4 yards there. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does.
Oh,
The best
no.
part about that play for him,
Ain't no way.
I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They snap it to Stafford.
Oh, wow.
They cannot convert.
I keep pressing RB instead of
no luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th
you
down.
lose anyway,
And the Bills are going to get the
points.
football back. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Allen. This taken in by Kincaid. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Throwing, Allen. Give to Cook out of the gun. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
Yeah.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. That is caught by Shakir. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
To throw is Allen. And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's what.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Even though we're not on the goal line, this is essentially a goal line look as they come up for 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Here's 3rd and 10.
Oh, you wasted it earlier, yeah. What do I do? Okay.
On the jet sweep, here comes Puka. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. They tried to catch him by surprise there on third down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result.
Another one in the books for us, partner. Always great to be by your side. And look, both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner, and let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL.
I shouldn't have let you get that close, though.
I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA.
It don't matter to me.
Let's go with socks.
There's do default. All right, this is the last one.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. The longtime Panther Graham Gano has us set for a start as we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
I almost let that go.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Stafford going to throw from the outset. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. Down the right sideline. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, 62 yards. And the Rams will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They'll start with a run by Tracy. And a short pickup to about the 25.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
An awful lot of congestion in the middle third of the field, but how about our defensive tackle right there? He didn't just hold the line, he provided some push and smacked the ball carrier down for a loss.
Pass taken in by his big tight end, and he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Another pass complete to Bellinger. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on the perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Again, they'll throw with Locke. Open target here, Darius Slayton.
I wish Roseman was just
7
right
yards
there.
there and a first down.
Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease. Feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that and continuing to let him throw the football.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Stay
Better than a 30-yard gain as we wind down towards 30 seconds left in the quarter. First and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They look to throw. It's Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of the dangers of the quick game. If you only have a 2- or 3-step drop, if you don't get the ball to someone open right away, those defenders are right near the line of scrimmage and then get on top of you in a heartbeat.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Locke.
Oh, I went too far.
He's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Darius Slayton, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but
he's got him in, complete. And it's a big play there as he is finally taken down on what will be a terrific final act of this first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Rams have taken the lead.
Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone. Marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a Giant first down on a gain of 16. Those are the types of run, Charles, that they say this first-year running back can provide a lot more of in the future.
He made it look easy, didn't he? Picking up that first down. Some have described him as a diamond in the rough, with a lot of polish. Nice little...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akello Witherspoon. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line.
Gosh.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
You got lucky. I wasn't even trying to bump into you. I was just like, bro, I'm not even trying to beat him right now.
Throwing now is Locke. Pass is caught by Rondale Robinson. And they're well past midfield.
I just found out what the corner button was.
17 yards is the pickup there for number 17. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll wind up getting about 6 out of that, as that's going to lead us to the 2-minute warning. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Second down and 4. On play action, Locke.
Oh, that's crazy.
On the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Block off of play action.
Oh, he open there. Oh my God, he's wild.
And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Now it's Tracy. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point try good by Gano. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
You have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I almost did the wrong thing.
A shotgun snap for Stafford.
What did I do? I didn't even press that at all. I thought
To the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
That's real.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw is Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. He's to the 15. Touchdown, LA! Puka Nacua, 75 yards. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to get this out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A slim deficit here in a 1-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march.
That's okay.
Intercepted. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Rams
I'll add you,
use the
but
first
I
of
won't
their
play tonight.
timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd down and a yard. Stafford.
That's crazy.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
That is caught. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Kyron Williams, as the first half is winding down. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
They fake the handoff, now Locke. That's complete, it's Neighbors. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
I forgot to call it a timeout.
Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated to the right side and intercepted. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. But that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
After the interception, here's Stafford.
Oh, good job.
That's in the double coverage and intercepted. And now look at this. Big game. And it looks like the defense has got it. We had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following the turnover.
Yeah, you're right about that, because now the nerves start to come into play a little bit. You're a little bit jangled. You don't want to give your opponents any avenues to get back into the game. What you'd rather do, put up signs that say, roads closed.
And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Oh, okay. I forgot to say, I'm pressing Y anyway.
And this throw is going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Locke.
Get it, girl.
Incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he could make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
They'll go for it. It's Locke. And Locke throws another one. It's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Man, it's Robinson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go to attack. Really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
And the stop will come inside the 5 and the 4. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. On the sneak, it's Stafford, and he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Throwing is Stafford. It's caught on the right side by Robinson.
She's very smart.
And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. Screen play set up for Williams. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Kyron Williams from 6 yards away. And the Rams take a 3-touchdown lead.
His touchdown.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
You misspell. It don't look like you misspelled nothing.
The Rams kickoff team on the field. And here we go with the ball in the air. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Are you talking about a final
chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Lock going to throw.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown, and frankly, that should have been another pick right there. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Block now to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Rams are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. Well, offensively, Charles, hard to put a silver lining on this one. No secret that they had to take chances with the score where it is, and it leads to a turnover.
I love how you paint the picture, partner, because you're exactly right about that one. Look at the empty stares on that sideline. This is one of those games where you just want to go crawl under a rock until it's over.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field.
Okay, good. Because I was like, it sounds like he's probably overheating.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this, but it's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that.
And got his man complete. Touchdown, Rams. Fourth touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up the secondary. A clinic on how to attack the defense and take them out of the game.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. To throw it is Locke. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. With this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the sideline because he certainly wants them to finish this one out the way they started it.
And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Byron Young from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
You mean your Dolphins?
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Locke to throw.
Oh, they know
this one is
stuff in front of
over the middle. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by a Kevin Witherspoon. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. That is is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all of these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game, but especially in later ones.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll find his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. Throwing here, Stafford. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Jeez.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in the ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For that, we sign off from MetLife Stadium.
Yep. All right. I might have to update this. Why is it doing this like this? So you seem to be. What did I do? What am I doing? In fact, do you pop up right here? There you go. All right. Don't know next time I'm playing this, but y'all have a good night, okay? Yeah. Appreciate y'all being here. Any subs, likes, make sure to turn notification bells on. Have a good morning, afternoon, or night. Deuces.